Well, hey guys, I'm back for another update on Acryl Observe. I think this is maybe my third or fourth, so you guys are probably getting tired of seeing me. That's a good thing. I'm just going to continue to repeat things until it sticks. So we're going to go ahead and get right into it. Just a quick recap. I always like to start with this about the mission of the observability track at Acryl. Our mission is to help data-driven organizations, identify and proactively resolve data quality issues, trying to establish some process around how issues are triaged, assigned, and then driven to resolution across your organization. And what we're building to help you do that is a suite of different things. We're building data quality monitoring managed by DataHub. So this is, data quality assertions in the product, which allow you to define data quality checks in just a few clicks. Incidents and notifications. So this is basically a mechanism to notify the right people when things do go wrong in the channels where they work, whether it be email, Slack, or beyond. AI-powered, smart assertions, which are kind of auto-generated data quality rules that are trained based on the table's history. And then finally, real-time dashboards so that you can have a bird's eye view of the health of your entire data ecosystem all in one place. Last time in my update, we went over a new integration. I think it was at the beginning of January, we launched the Databricks integration, which kind of rounded out our support of the major data warehouses and data lake platforms. And we launched that with all assertion types, so freshness, volume, column, and custom SQL as well. We also announced support for both the kind of Unity catalog in Databricks and the legacy Hive Metastore catalog. And now I'm just going to jump right into a demo of what our team has been working on since then. There's going to be a few interesting updates I'd like to share, and then we'll go ahead and close this out. So here I have a test table on BigQuery. It's called purchase event, and hopefully some of you are getting familiar with this table by now. I tend to use it in all my demos. But you can imagine it represents a table of purchases. Maybe we have an e-commerce website and we want to record the transactions. So we have things like the user ID that made the purchase, the amount, the currency code, when it happened, etc. What you'll see on the validation tab as part of the observability module is a set of data quality assertions that we've set up here on this table. And I'm just going to go through a few different improvements we've made over the last couple months. The first you'll notice is a much better visualization of the results for your assertions. So previously it was a very basic sort of, pass or fail analysis that we would provide, but now we're providing a lot richer information, including, actually why the assertion failed for each type. So here we're looking at a freshness assertion that's actually going to check whether the table was updated every 6 hours. And what we're showing you here is that we're checking this table very frequently, but there were no updates to the table in that 6-hour window. We allow you to go back in time and see the history of all of the runs for this check as well, in sort of this more list view where you can understand exactly why the check failed, what was expected from the check at any point in time. So kind of that rich historical context. We also make explainability of why the check passes a lot more easy to understand. So for example, we have a freshness check here, which is just an example that's going to make sure that this table was updated at least once in the past year. And what you can see here when you hover on the check is, it passed, but it passed because there was a table update. And you can see that the table update happened around October 23rd, which is what we're showing in the green validity range window here. You'll also get that textual description of why. But just making it a lot easier to understand, why a check passed or failed in the past. We've done the same thing for column metrics. So we kind of have provided a lot more rich context about why the check's passing and failing and what the condition is overlaid on the results screen. And we've actually had those improvements across, all of the different checks. So here we're showing a row count check, which is, obviously our window is basically between 20 and 50. and we're seeing that the row count is consistently falling into that expected threshold. So that's the first kind of category of changes we made. The second is around the editing experience. So we actually allow you now to edit any check. So previously you'd have to delete and recreate new assertions, but we now give you the ability to change everything from the run schedule to the conditions to whether these things raise or resolve incidents automatically directly through this UI. And that'll take effect immediately. Alrighty. I think the last thing I really want to touch on is not necessarily related to, running the checks, but actually what happens when a check passes or fails. And for that, I'm going to jump over to another tab I have here. And this feature is the ability to be notified via email. If you're an Acryl customer, you probably, or maybe you're already using our Slack integration, which allows you to subscribe to receive notifications in any Slack channel. We're going to also be rolling out email notifications, which allow you to do the exact same thing. So what I can do is I can subscribe to any table. And in particular, I can subscribe to receive very specific types of notifications for every table. For example, whether an assertion fails or passes, an incident status changes, a schema field is added or removed or changed. And then I can get notified both via Slack and via email now. So that will be available in the next release of Acryl DataHub as well. And then I'll just close the demo with showing you kind of what that will look like to you. You'll be receiving a notification from notifications@app.acryl that will give you all the details you would need about the new incident or the assertion failure or pass as well. And that's kind of the last thing I wanted to close with. So really excited about this. It's kind of just trying to get those notifications to the right people at the right time. All right, let's jump back in. And just a quick overview of what we saw, just an assertion results uplift, editable assertions, and some more historical context in those results. And finally, the email subscriptions and notifications feature. I'm just going to close with why we think Acryl is a really strong provider on data quality. First of all, we give you accessible data quality. You can configure data quality monitors for all of your assets without writing any code or any YAML files. Super accessible to not only your data engineering team, but all of your partner teams. So if you have marketing counterparts or business analyst counterparts that you want to just send a link to and say, hey, watch this table's assertions to tell whether you should use this table, that's possible with Acryl. We give you all of that rich context, ownership, documentation, lineage, statistics, so that you can resolve those data quality issues more quickly when they do inevitably come up. And then finally, we kind of unify traditionally siloed categories across data cataloging, data governance, data quality, because there's a lot of synergy in the signals across these things. In fact, they strengthen each other into one tool that's accessible for every member of your organization, not just your technical teams. All right, and I'll close by saying Acryl Observe is available now, so reach out to the Acryl team to learn more. If you're not a customer, to set up a demo, and if you are, to actually get that module enabled.